Hello, everybody. I don't really know how to start this. But we have more news today. Can you believe that? I can't believe that. And our new show, called again? Split Screen Weekly. Welcome back to Split Screen Weekly.
Well, welcome back to another episode of Split Screen Weekly. That was a great intro.
Thank you.
Very indicative of your personality. So
Yeah. All over the place?
Yeah, sure. All over the place, and it's just a sight to behold, I'll say that. All right.
So kind.
So, without further ado, let's just get right into the news. So we're going to start with some Elden Ring updates. So for those of you who don't know, Elden Ring is kind of it's a game from
It's a big deal.
It's a huge deal.
It's a huge deal.
It's from the developers From Software, who've made Dark Souls, most notably, Demon Souls as well. And this game is a huge deal because, of course, it was co-written or something with Guillermo del Toro. So, movie guy. He's a big movie guy. He made it big in Hollywood or something. He's a movie guy.
I thought it was George R. Martin who did it, not Guillermo.
I got it
del
mixed
Toro.
up. I was thinking about PT or
Oh yeah.
he was in works with
Yeah.
Kojima.
Don't roast us. We corrected ourselves.
Well,
Yeah.
Kobe corrected me, so if you're gonna roast anyone, roast me. But it is George
we're in
R.
a
R. Martin.
no roast zone
No roast
in
zone.
Split Screen. No roast zone.
Fair enough. But so recently, they've kind of released store listings for Elden Ring, and so this article comes from Pure Xbox. Shout out, and it reads: both Steam and the PlayStation Store have put the game up, although it's not available to pre-order as of yet. While the Xbox page isn't live yet, we expect it will be soon and will contain the same details. And we'll list some of the details that were on the store listings. So on the store listings, it listed some of the key features, and one of them was a vast world full of excitement. A vast world.
Whoa.
Where
Whoa, voice actors coming out there,
Shut
buddy.
up. Yeah. A vast world where open fields with a variety of situations and huge dungeons with complex and three-dimensional designs are seamlessly connected. As you explore, the joy of discovering unknown and overwhelming threats await you, leading to a high sense of accomplishment. After that, there's also character customization that they go into, talking about weapons, armor, magic, that items that you can equip. Also, you can develop your character according to your playstyle, which is, of course, just kind of how RPGs have been for a very long time.
It's kind of the expectation for games that allow you to create your own character. If it's like not expansive enough, then you don't ever feel you feel let down. I feel like that's like the consensus nowadays when it comes to RPG character creation.
Absolutely. Like there's usually, because games usually have character creation engines, like just dedicated towards the character creation. But anyway, that's such a point. Well, maybe not. Most notably, that one thing that they added, or like a feature that they listed, was an epic drama born from a myth. A multi-layered story told in fragments, an epic drama in which the various thoughts of the characters intersect in the Lands Between. The Lands Between is, I think, the setting. And this is pretty notable because, of course, George R. R. Martin helped create the world. And I forgot where I read this, but George R. R. Martin said that, like, he helped From Software create the world, and From Software just took everything from there. Like, all George did was just create the world, and From Software's like, sick, we can put shit now. And that's what they did.
Dope. Thanks for the jumping off point, Georgie.
Yeah, Georgie, my guy.
Georgie, thanks for the world, bro.
Thanks for the world. And they also put some screenshots on the Steam page, which we will throw up. In fact, probably threw them up while I was listing some of the features down.
Boom. There it is.
Exactly. Just one after the other. And Elden Ring is expected to launch on January 2022. Personally, I've never been a huge fan of Dark Souls just because of like
Me
how hard
neither.
the games
I
are.
hate it.
Yeah. But I think just for the world building itself, I might take a look
Yeah.
at what Elden Ring has to offer. You know.
I mean, I did get to play the Demon Souls game on PS5. And let's just say, I didn't play it for long.
That's fair. Yeah.
But it doesn't take away from the fact that people do enjoy that kind of gameplay, and it is a giant crossover in a sense because it is such a big name in pop culture coming over and helping a game studio directly with their own world. So it is very interesting. I'm intrigued, but I'm not gonna say that I'm keen on buying it, like
Fair enough.
day one.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah. Do you want to take the next
Sure.
news piece? Yeah, go for it.
All right, so we got some new details on PSVR 2 Electric Boogaloo. Check it out. So Game Rant reports that, quote, the new system is currently being called NGVR, which stands for Next Generation Virtual Reality. This is similar to what was initially named Next Generation Portable and eventually became the PS Vita, suggesting that NGVR may adopt a new name by the time it's released. Quote, the new headset will feature Fresnel OLED senses with a resolution of 2000 by 2040 per eye, which gives the headset a 4K HDR display. That's a lot of pixels for each eye. This is in contrast to the original PSVR's OLED display with a resolution of 1920 by 1080 per eye. Also, the NGVR's field of vision is going to be 110 degrees, 10 degrees more than the original PSVR. Processes such as oh damn, just seeing through the future right now or whatever. Processes such as flexible scaling, foveated rendering, and eye tracking will be implemented in order to reduce strain on players' eyes as well as the PS5's hardware. Thank God. Thank God.
Yep.
The controllers will have adaptive triggers as well as God, capacitive. This is a shit show. Why did you give me this one?
Oh, it's PSVR. I thought you'd be interested. Capacitive.
I want to talk capacitive touch sensors for the player's thumbs, index, and middle fingers, which will sense the fingers' positions on the controllers. Sony wants to host AAA titles for the system in the form of hybrid games, which would be playable with or without VR.
Yeah.
Players who purchase these games, don't interrupt me. I'll swear to God. Okay, I'm gonna finish this.
Yeah, finish it.
Players who purchase these games would be able to download either VR, non-VR, or both versions. In regard to backwards compatibility, Sony says they intend to make some original PSVR games available on the NGVR.
Had to finish it fast before he stumbled upon another word, so...
I'm gonna start speeding it up, run faster.
Exactly. I think... I like everything about this. In fact, I not only like it, I thoroughly enjoy everything about this. Technically speaking, I think that this headset, or like this VR headset, will be incredible. 4K HDR lenses for each eye is just mind-blowing, and it's like, for me, it's not overkill. I think it's just how it should be because it's VR, trying to get as immersive as possible. And to add to that immersiveness, they're adding the adaptive triggers to the controller, and I really like that.
I think that's a really smart thing to add to their controllers, that they've already innovated into like their PS5 controllers, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And the biggest part for me for this VR headset is the games that are going to be put on it, which will try to be playable with or without VR. I think that's really cool. Just trying to bridge the gap for people who don't have VR and still want to try the game out anyway.
Yeah, it's kind of like giving the opportunity for people who don't usually get VR, but have a game that can support it. And if you ever get the VR set, you could just slap it on and boom, you already have the game to play it with. So I think that's really important into allowing possible customers be interested into the product.
Yeah, absolutely, and it also states that Sony wants to host AAA titles in particular, and I think to have more titles similar to like Half-Life Alyx for this, what was it? Was it this Steam something? I'm pretty sure Steam had their own headset. Whatever, Half-Life Alyx as a VR game. I think to have more games like that would just be incredible. just because of how Half-Life Alyx was, and how like people were like, "Oh my god, this is so cool. I feel so immersed right now." And I'd just love to see that more for the VR ecosystem in general. So
yeah, I mean, like, I also really like the idea that they are going to reduce strain on players' eyes.
yes,
Because my whole experience with almost all of my VR experiences, which, you know, I did get to try out the first version of PSVR, and it, you know, I played a couple of races of Drive Club, I think it was, and, you know, after one lap, no joke, I felt sick.
Yeah.
It definitely does not, you know, appeal to everybody, and if you're kind of prone to getting sick like that, like motion sickness, it does induce that. At least a lot of the earlier VRs really did that. It induced sickness into me. I don't know if it was the same for you, man.
Yeah, I mean, I had the same experience. I tried PSVR at my friend's place, and I forget what game it was. It was kind of like a demo for PSVR. So, you know, sound-wise and, like, graphically-wise, it was really cool. But like Kobe said, I got sick as well. If it wasn't for the motion sickness, the VR experience would be, you know, obviously something that I'd be into. But since I am motion sick, which is just the case, like sometimes it's difficult to get into something that makes you not feel good.
Of course. So. Like just a fun story. When I was in Japan, there was this like VR exhibit in this like museum that we went to, and it was like a Mario Kart VR thing, and you even had to like actually physically throw your weapons to like, and God, it was sickening. Like, it was such a cool thing. It really made you feel like you were driving in a Mario Kart stage, throwing the weapons and shit. But it was sickening, man. I like stood up afterwards and I was like, we need to stop, guys. We need to chill. This is too much. I'm gonna die. You know, it's so you know, there's always gonna be a certain amount of people that aren't going to experience VR in a nice way, you know, but that's just to be seen. Let's see how NGVR ends up handling with people's senses.
I feel like it would just be called the PSVR 2.
Yeah.
Than, you know, NGVR, but that remains to be seen. But speaking of taking advantage of PS5 features, the Medium, which is a game that was released initially on Xbox and PC, is now coming over to PS5, and they're taking advantage of all the PS5 features. So you get that nice crispy adaptive triggers. You also get the really sick vibration motors, which just make the controller feel like there's. I believe it was in Astro's Playroom or something like that. I forget which one it was. Yeah, was it that one? Yeah, like when there was like when there was sand like rolling through it, like you could feel like the sand on the controller. I think that's fucking sick.
Well, yeah, Astro's Playroom is like the game to show off the features of the controller. So
yeah,
I love the game.
But yeah, so yeah, I mean, I haven't tried it, but I've seen people play it, and they were all amazed by Astro's Playroom. So there's that.
Well, just come over, and I'll let you try it out, bud.
Yeah, I'll come over and, you know, violate some rules or something.
Shout out ECQ, stay indoors.
Stay indoors, boys. But coming from a news website called Apples, it says, quote, the announcement from Bloober Team, the developer of the Medium, included a brand new overview trailer for the Medium, with this one specifically aimed at introducing the many features players can expect from the DualSense controller. And, of course, it lists some of the DualSense features that the Medium will take advantage of, like the adaptive triggers. In particular, the main character, the protagonist, Marianne, has an ability called Spirit Blast, which is a powerful discharge of spiritual energy, and the ability can be charged, and the controller notifies you of this as it lessens the resistance on the triggers as you do so. And of course, the haptic feedback, the vibration motors I was just going all nutty about, in particular, I really like this feature that they listed, which was players will be able to feel a rapid tapping from the advanced motors within the DualSense controller as that happens, creating a deeper sense of immersion. And this is in reference to her ability of Spirit Shield, which surrounds her in moths, which is interesting. And also, when there are like monsters like I don't know, giving you like a touch from behind, like you can feel that too. So I don't know, like I don't like horror games, but that sounds really cool to me. And they also of course take advantage of touch and motion controls, the gyro feature, and the sound and light bar. So they're taking full advantage of the PS5 controller and what have you. So I think this is gonna be really cool.
Yeah, for sure. I just think the controller itself is such a big innovation in this generation of consoles. Like, there's nothing else like it anywhere, that anyone else is selling. I think it's one of the coolest selling factors of getting a PS5.
Absolutely, I agree. And that's on top of the already kind of technical advancements that they've made to the console itself. So it's great. It's a great, dude. You know what I'm saying? Mario
it's a
said
good,
that.
Great.
Exactly. Mario said that once in one of the Mario games or something.
Damn, was it Mario Grammar?
Shut the fuck, bro. Okay, sure. Yeah, Mario Grammar. Yeah.
This is a no roast zone.
It's like, guys, no roasting here. But yeah.
You can take this one, sir.
You want me to take this one? Okay.
Yeah.
So next we have PlayStation reveals new trailers for indies. So last episode I was talking about how that one indie developer was like, yeah, Xbox loves their indies. They actually love their indie developers. And this is for the case that we made, talking about how PlayStation still cares about their indies, maybe just not as much, but they did release new trailers for their indies that kind of were look good and had previous games in that same franchise just look really good. So they released trailers for Witchwood, Soul Cresta, A Short Hike, Oxenfree 2, Lost Signals, Carry On, Hades, shout out, and Axiom Verge 2. I'll post the link to all those trailers in the description below. But this was coming from Polygon, and I think it's good that PlayStation is doing this after kind of them being called out for like their kind of support for indies. I think this is a good move, obviously. So
what a coincidence that the week after that statement is made, Sony is like, here's the indies.
Yeah.
We support them too, and like, you can look at it in whatever way you want to, but at the end of the day, they're still giving a platform for indie games to succeed.
Absolutely.
So, regardless of how you look at it, it's still a net positive thing for people and
absolutely.
devs.
Yeah, and like whether or not you want to look at it this way, but listen, after we made that video on PlayStation not showing up like their indies and what have you, PlayStation kind of just showed off new trailers, guys. I think they watch us, just saying.
Dude, just saying. I'm pretty sure Sony is like one of our 50 viewers that watch consistently.
Hey, man.
And I think like, Sony, if you want to sponsor us, if you want us to get some early access on some of the games you want to try, you want us to review, we got you. We got your back.
We got you, dude. Sony, please hit us up. We are desperate for things in general. Oh, look at him. Let him go. Okay.
And moving on, I guess we should sweep that under the rug.
Yes.
Again, on Sony related news, PS5 firmware update 2.0 unlocks full capabilities of M.2 expansion slots.
You took another big doozy of an article.
Well, let's test me out.
Let's test you out.
All right, thanks to Digital Foundry, not us. This is a article, obviously, but thanks to Digital Foundry, we get an early look into PlayStation 5's new 2.0 firmware update that unlocks all the capabilities of its built-in M2 NVMe expansion slot, allowing anyone to upgrade their PS5 with up to 4 terabytes of NVMe storage. Once this update goes live, you will no longer be stuck with the PS5's rather small 650 gigabyte internal SSD alone. And I personally am really happy about this, because when I first got the PS5 and I looked at its storage, I was like, games are like 100 gigabytes by itself now, at least, for most games, like especially AAA titles, right? They're gonna ask for a lot in terms of storage space. So the 650 didn't really seem like it was going to be enough for any gamer, for that matter. So I'm really happy to hear about this, and I definitely will upgrade my my PS5 once this update comes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I think it's always good. There's like nothing bad to say about this. Well, I guess the only bad thing is like, why wasn't this a thing when it was released? But
Yeah.
better late than never, I guess.
Absolutely.
Is the statement to be
Yeah,
had.
first off, I want to say good job on reporting on it. I thought that was pretty good. The only thing you got mixed up was the NVMe, not NMVE.
Oh, okay, bro. I'm sorry. Let me go to Mario Grammar real quick and let me just
It's a
learn
good,
some.
it's a great.
It's a good. It's a great. Wow.
But yeah, like I'm super excited about this for the PS5 just because this opens a lot of different options to for PlayStation 5 owners to get different hard drives to install into their PS5. Is it a little bit more of a process than the Xbox kind of external storage that they have? Yes, it is. You have to install the firmware, this and that, and you have to plug in, like deconstruct the console. But it's nothing too crazy. The people who want to do that will probably be okay with the process anyway, right?
Yeah.
And that being said, the Xbox is only limited to one type of storage and one capacity of storage for external expansion, right? So that for the Xbox it's 1 terabyte, and you get their kind of like cartridge looking expansion card thing. And for the PS5 you have access to a bunch of different brands, a bunch of different types of SSDs that are either faster or could be slower, but I think they have like a recommendation or like a kind of like a cap at which their minimum speed would be, which is fair. And I saw the Digital Foundry video, and yeah, like it runs essentially how you think it would off of an external SSD, which is to say it runs fine. Like if it was a faster SSD, I think I saw there were some like minimal gains, but other than that, like it works good, and I think that's a great way for PS5 owners to upgrade their console if they want to anyway. Moving on,
sure.
Moving on from that, we've got some Xbox news. Now, Xbox, a little bit sparse in terms of their news, I won't lie. So we're going to start off with Night Mode, baby. New Xbox Night Mode. So,
Night Mode.
Exactly. So this is coming from The Verge. Quote, "The Night Mode has a lot of customization, including different dimming levels and an optional blue light filter. Microsoft is also allowing Xbox owners to dim the LED brightness on their controllers in this night mode to dim the Xbox power button light or turn it off. You can also set an Xbox to switch to the system dark mode and disable HDR when the night mode is enabled." So night mode is cool. You get to save your eyes from any strain. So
I like that, but at the same time, it's like, wow, you can turn it darker. I mean, it's not revolutionary, but it is a quality of life thing for Xbox owners. I do enjoy that fact that they also have a blue light filter. I think that's really important. These glasses, blue light glasses. I don't like straining my eyes. You shouldn't either. You want to go blind by 30? Wear some glasses, guys.
We're about to segue into a sponsorship right now. Guys, we're sponsored by Blue Light Filter, fucking glass company, whatever. Dude.
We're sponsored by Blue Light Filters. Just all of them.
Oh my god. Speaking of blue. Shout out, guys. Shout out. Let's go. Come on. Speaking of blue, we got a new Xbox controller. The Aquashift controller. I think it looks very beautiful. And this is a quote from Polygon, and it reads, "Aquashift is the first special edition Xbox Series X/S controller to feature rubberized side grips with a unique dual color swirl on every unit. Textured grip on the triggers, bumpers, and back case makes you sure you stay connected to the game no matter how intense things get. Because let's be honest, things can get real fucking sweaty when you're playing games."
Oh yeah.
So.
Dude, those pasmado palms.
Yes, sir.
But that won't be a problem with these side grips.
No, sir. No. Exactly.
It's cool. I mean, like, I do like when, these companies create their own colored variations of their controllers. But at the same time, it's not gonna be long until you have third-party companies just cranking out their own shells, right? My own PS4 controller back in the day, I still have it. Has like we bought these acrylic shells. Acrylic shells. We got these shells, and I had like a wood finish on my PS4 controller. So, customizing is always going to be part of somebody's property, and I think that it's good that Xbox has given the option to people. That's all I can say. Blue controller. It's blue. Dabu di dabu dai.
Hey, there you go. And next we have Xbox's second ID at Xbox, which is happening on Twitch. So for those of you who don't know, ID at Xbox is an independent developer, which is what ID stands for. ID stands for, which is an independent. Oh my God! Holy shit!
It's no longer Mario Grammar. It's Microsoft's grammar simulator.
Dude,
Let's go.
I'm stuttering all over the place. Goddamn. Indie developer. Kind of show, right? So this comes from Manchester Evening News.co.uk and it reads, Xbox has announced it is partnering with Twitch for another showcase where fans will get to see some of the games coming from Xbox's indie developers. And ID at Xbox is a program run by Microsoft to give independent game developers the opportunity to publish their work on Microsoft's platforms, most notably the Xbox. Previously, Xbox hosted an indie showcase on Twitch back in March this year. During the event, over 100 games were showed off. And during the showcase, we'll once again feature tons of independent titles, including brand new game announcements from developers and publishers such as Rebellion, Chump Squad, and others. And so this is a case where like Microsoft really does care about the independent developers more, you could say. But I think as far as I'm concerned, I know Sony still has a bunch of indie games on their library, and it's for the simple reason that Sony's console reaches much more people than Xbox does. I mean, sure, they have Game Pass, but there's not a lot like the entire indie library is not on Game Pass, right? So when you have like a console that reaches that many people, game developers will just naturally like flock towards that console and put their games on that. So yeah, there is that. But
yeah. I mean, it's good. I just like seeing indie developers getting their platform. Really cool. Also, on a side note, do you think there's a Manchester Morning News?
That is oh my God, dude. I'm just having stutter city right now, dude. I can't. I will say that Manchester Morning News, if oh my God, if the evening news exists, then the morning news has to. Fuck it, dude. Let's just can you do the next one, man.
Alright. So next story we got Back 4 Blood dev talks mind-blowing day one accessibility on Game Pass. They say, quote, Back 4 Blood, the spiritual successor to Left 4 Dead, is officially releasing on Xbox Game Pass on October 12th. In an interview with Games Radar, O'Driscoll enthused that the ability to access millions of players instantly at launch via Game Pass is, quote, kind of mind-blowing, and will mean that the game always benefits from a healthy player base. He says, yeah, day one, launching on Game... He doesn't sound like this, I just want to say that.
This is voice acting.
Yeah, day one, launching on Game Pass, that's going to be kind of crazy, right? We need a player pool so that we've got matches going on all the time. I think we've got that player pool. Like, fuck you. You did this to me, asshole.
I did not do anything.
He did. This isn't his quote, by the way. This isn't his quote. He continues. I think we've got that player pool from day one. I forget what the numbers are for Game Pass, but I think it's 20 million plus users, right? They will have access to our game from day one, which is kind of mind-blowing. I've never launched a game that's had that kind of accessibility from day one. Kind of said the same thing over and over again for like 5 sentences, but
accessibility from day one.
I think accessibility from day one. It's kind of mind-blowing, dude.
Mind-blowing day one. So mind-blowing. Fuck.
But I don't blame him. I would be giddy as hell if I developed a game and that many people could have accessibility from day one.
Oh my God, dude. Yes. I'm pretty sure that's probably how he sounded, like just super fucking stuttery as well in that interview. It's like, yeah, dude, day one accessibility, oh, it was so good, so mind blowing. It's a good, it's a great. You know what I'm saying? So,
Okay.
this is such a fucked Split Screen Weekly episode.
This is a scuffed episode. I think the intro kind of manifested this energy.
You're kind of trite, dude. You're kind of right, dude. Tried to say true. Oh my god.
Anyways, moving on.
Moving on,
we got the Xbox Game Pass games for August. So the games that are out right now for Game Pass, we have Curse of the Dead Gods, Dodgeball Academia,
the highly acclaimed sequel to My Hero Academia. Okay, let's.
Yeah. When they graduate from UA, they actually go to Dodgeball Academia.
Yeah, exactly.
So they also have Katamari Damacy Reroll, Lumines Remastered, Skate for the console, and that's the original Skate. Skate 3, which is on the cloud, and Starmancer, which is early access, and things that are coming later this month. So we have Art Rally coming August 12th, Hades coming August 13th, Microsoft Solitaire Collection Premium Edition August. Yo,
that's fucking
the amount of times that I've flipped my cards playing Solitaire, it's about like 5 times.
Exactly.
We have 12 Minutes coming out on August 19, which is a really interesting game that I've been seeing a lot of hype for.
Yes.
Lots of replayability. And Psychonauts 2, August 27th. The acclaimed franchise with a cult following, getting its sequel, being released on Game Pass. What a fucking deal, I have to say.
It is a pretty good deal. 12 minutes. One of the reasons why it's getting a lot of hype is because of its voice actors. It has Willem Dafoe, Daisy Ridley, and James McAvoy. You got X-Men, Spider-Man, and Aquaman for that matter, and Star Wars.
And Star Wars. You got
yeah.
You know, what's your name? What's her first name? Fuck it. Her name's Skywalker now, right?
Yeah.
In the last film?
Ray.
My name's Ray. Ray walking on skies.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
yes.
Got him. It's a good cast, so
good.
Expect big things.
It's a good. And
it's a great.
Following Game Pass for August, we have PS Now games for August, and these are 3 games that are coming, 2 of which are actually quite good, and one of them which is very good. I haven't played it though. So you have Nier Automata, which is highly acclaimed game. Everybody or people who have played it seem to really just love the game.
It's a great game.
Exactly. There you go. Undertale, which also overwhelmingly positive reviews on Steam. So there's that.
They didn't think.
Oh, there you go. And you got Ghost Runner, which is another indie game that has come out recently and has it has people that really just love the game. So there is that. And that's us kind of just butchering all the news for this past week.
I hope you guys enjoyed this. Not as heavy as a Newsweek as probably. I think that's why we were a lot more looser with these ones.
Yeah.
There's no update on the Blizzard stuff, so maybe that's why.
Exactly. So, I mean, like, the story just keeps on developing for that. Like, I said that last episode, but it's really one of the only ways to put it. And if I'm not mistaken, like, the president had actually stepped down recently as well. This was probably 2 weeks ago, so there is that. It just keeps on getting worse. I don't know how Activision and Blizzard will come out of this, if they will at all. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. But we hope you enjoyed this episode of Split Screen Weekly. The intro was definitely something new, and it kind of, like Kobe said, set the whole tone for the rest of the episode, which is just kind of cracked energy in general. So
yeah. And be sure to give this video a like, give it a comment, hit that notification bell, give us a subscribe. Let us know what you want to see us do on this channel, because we want to make content, and as much as we make content for ourselves, we also want to know what the people that we watch, the people who watch us, want to see. We don't watch people. We're stuck inside. So,
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, thanks.
Yeah, see ya.